I guess we can do a little recap here. Excuse me. So, a little recap of what we did here today. So, I got my scope camera set up now. So you folks can see when I'm at my soldering station. I got to figure out a better way to you can see the soldering iron, but that's about it. If I bring up you guys can kind of see here. Not very well. It's dark. But I'm thinking about putting, you can see in the top down camera, but my solder station like right here. Then I could kind of work at my solder station and probably still talk to you. But we troubleshooting my next piece Super Nintendo PCB version, and I had this one here working where there's no CPLD, and we made some modifications to the data direction and output enable pins to make them more like my non-CPLD version that was working. And that was my first hunch of the problem, and sure enough, making those modifications to PCB fixed the issue. I guess just timing, chalking it up now to timing edges of older systems, because the problem didn't exist with new clones like this Super Nintendo analog NT or Super NT, whatever they call it, and my Superboy clone and Super Nintendo Junior. There's no problems there. And my old PCB version worked with the same setup, but this one was not. And yeah, so I think what I'm going to do now is, well, the way I wired that guy up is to have the direction pin, instead of being controlled by the CPLD, to have that controlled by the right enable pin, or not right enable, but Super Nintendo right. Basically, I always want data to come out of the cartridge unless I'm writing. So that should work for all cases, and then I'll have the output enable pin controlled by the CPLD, which will enable the data bus anytime one of the memory chips is being accessed. And we made that change. We're able to flash in high ROM and low ROM mode. SRAM wasn't working. We had garbled graphics, and it seemed that was related to me enabling the RAM chip here in the work RAM space, 7E, bank 7E and F. You shouldn't be enabling RAM there because, and ROM select won't be low. So I made that change in my Verilog for low ROM memory mapping, enabling chip enable when ROM select is low. Because if you just enable it always, then we had glitches, and that seemed to be my issue. So we did some battery testing, and everything is working in our save slots now, so pretty good progress. I know what's going on with my board and can move forward with development on that. I don't know if basically the thing I got to do now is put the kick lockout chip in control of the show. So I'm not sure how much of that stuff I'll do on stream or not. I kind of want to work on more INL retro stuff on stream, but sometimes this kind of stuff's fun, especially when it's what's currently kicking my butt. But we got it working, so that's good. Thanks for everybody that tuned in today. And for those who are still around, have a good rest of your day.